What you're looking at here is the party. The party is the green candle. And then the red candle is the hangover. So we basically got what we wanted from the Fed yesterday. Markets had a little bit of a recovery, and then we're coming down again. So today, as you can hear, my voice is gone. I'm going to try and give you guys an amazing show because there's so much going on that we have to talk about. So I'm going to try and make it through show. I've got tea, I've got throat lozenges. We're going to do this together. Because what I want to do today is I want to look at why the market's coming down. And then I want to look at how to position yourself, because you need to position yourself in such a way that you have coins in your portfolio that will be around in 5 years. And so we need to look at the coins that we think are going to make it for the next 5 years. And so what I want to do today is I want to look at the coins that are going to make it for the next 5 years and decide which coins you should be holding in your portfolio if indeed we are going into a slightly bear market. So it's going to be tough. I don't have a voice, but let's do this. I must actually feel amazing. I feel like I could run a marathon, but I just don't sound good. So don't worry, I've got everything. I've got throat spray. I have tea. I have honey. Apparently it's not very good honey, but cool, I'm here. And I'm going to do this. You guys will never be able to floor me on work ethic. That's for sure. That's for sure. I'll be here every day, come hell or high water. All right, for those guys who are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Like this content, because when you like this content, it gives me appreciation for being here on the days when even my voice is so bad. For those of you who just tuned in for the song, that's also cool. For those of you who listened to Carl yesterday, you thought you were getting wrecked, but then you didn't get wrecked because the market came back.
Yeah, because I listened to you.
Yeah, so lucky I closed my leverage long position on the NASDAQ, or most of it last night. There's some of it that
you just told me you didn't close.
No, I've got a little bit of it open. two contracts still open. 2 contracts open. Not good, not good. I made like X, and today I lost X. So
XYZ.
No. I mean, I so yeah. All right, so it might be a quicker show than normal because of my voice, but let's do this. So also remember today, I'm going to be giving away something amazing. It's amazing. This is one of the nicest giveaways that we've ever done, but you need to give me like at least 2,500 likes. So what I'm giving away today, there is a protocol called Ridotto. What they do is they create they create online crypto casinos, so to speak. And what I'm giving away is I'm giving away an NFT, which is going to be a slot machine in the casino, and another NFT, which is a lottery ownership, which means that if you own the NFT, anytime someone plays in it, you get an income. So the only other way to get these NFTs is if you go and stake Ridotto token. So today, I'm going to be giving away that NFT, or 2 of those NFTs. Now that could mean income for life, for as long as people play on that slot machine. If people play on that slot machine, you get income. So it's like income for life. So you always wonder how casino bosses are making their money. Well, now you know. They own NFTs that basically print money for them all the time. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about Spoke. We basically got everything that every thing that we anticipated. Remember I said to you I was going into the FOMC meeting bullish because I said that all the bad news was already in the market and that Powell would come out and say, look, we've been down 14%. We're going into a recession. I can't hit this market. That's kind of exactly what happened. And whereas we got the 50 basis point rate hike, we got the tapering, as they said, there's going to be tapering. We did get a whole lot of other things that were kind of surprising. And you needed to know where to look. You needed to know what to listen out for. Some things were obvious, some things weren't that obvious. The first thing that you could have picked up if you were watching with us. Now, I mean, I must say that I was blown away by you guys yesterday, the people that came to watch the viewing of the FOMC meeting with us. We had 10,000 people watching live. We were the second biggest live channel in the world, which was broadcasting this. Can you believe it? The Banter fam was the second biggest live channel in the world watching the FOMC meeting. The first one was the actual live stream of the FOMC meeting. So, I mean, if you want to talk about the love from the Banter fam, it was incredible. Also, we had Shaldino here because we had a meetup just before that. And just to see the love that you guys have given him and the support and everything that you guys gave him absolutely blew my mind, blew me away. Makes me so proud to be part of this community and to be working with you guys. And for those of you who are going to be in Miami or in West Palm Beach for permissionless, we'll probably have a meetup, or we'll probably have a banter party. So let us know in the comments if you're going to be there. Alrighty, so if you knew what to look for, you would have picked up immediately. You could have known immediately that he was going to be dovish. Dovish means bullish, soft on the markets. And the reason why you knew that is because listen how he greeted the American people. That was the first giveaway.
Good afternoon. It's nice to see everyone in person for the first time in a couple of years. Before I go into the details of today's meeting, I'd like to take this opportunity to speak directly to the American people. Inflation is much too high, and we understand the hardship it is causing, and we're moving expeditiously to bring it back down. We have both the tools we need and the resolve that it will take.
Okay, so that's the first thing. He came in, first time he's ever done that. In fact, it was so strange that one of the reporters said, like, why did you come on this Fed meeting and talk to the American people? Why did you lower yourself or sympathize or empathize with the people? Which was the first sign that you knew that he was going to come out and he was going to be soft on the markets. He was going to be soft in the markets. That was the first thing we got. The next thing that we got was, let me just check where it is, 211.20. So let me take you to 211.20. Here it is. This was the bombshell. This was when the markets went up and we got this huge green candle. This is the moment that it happened. For those of you who are watching, you would have got that little dopamine pump.
And that's what we're going to do.
Steve Leisman from CNBC, my former colleague.
Steve Leisman, CNBC. Thanks for taking my question, Mr. Chairman. You talked about using 50 basis point rate hikes or the possibility of them in coming meetings. Might there be something larger than 50? Is 75 or a percentage point possible? And perhaps you could walk us through your calibration. Why 1 month or one meeting should we expect at 50? Why something bigger? Why something smaller? What is the reasoning for the level of the amount of tightening? Thank you.
Sure. So 75 basis point increase is not something the committee is actively considering.
Okay, bang. No 75 basis point increase at this stage. Okay, and so that was a big green candle. That's what sent Bitcoin very, very, very close to 40,000. We never got to 40,000. If we would have got to 40,000, we probably would have seen a little bit of a short squeeze, but we just touched it and we went straight back down again. So we didn't get that playing out. And now, as you guys are rightly commenting, Bitcoin's coming down. Not bad, 38,600. Problem is the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's back down lower than where we were yesterday. This is where we opened yesterday. And now we're lower than where we were yesterday. So it looks like the market is digesting all this information and realizing that it's actually going to be tough out there. It's going to be tough. What Powell kept reiterating was that he had to control inflation and that he's going to do everything to control inflation. In fact, he was even asked, what happens if we go into recession? Aren't you worried that if you keep raising prices that we're going to go into recession? And this is what he said. Let me try to find it for you. It was 226, if I remember correctly. Let me quickly find it for you. Just have a look. It was 226.36.
Thank you, Chair Powell. Edward Lawrence with the Fox Business Network. So you've talked in the past about consumer spending and how that's drives the economy. Are you concerned with this high level of inflation that the consumer will stop spending, pushing us into, and what's the level of your concern, pushing us into a recession?
So the economy is doing fairly well. We expect growth to be solid this year, and we see household spending and business investment as fairly strong, even in the first quarter, which was relatively slow on some other fronts. So, and the labor market. If you look at the labor market, for people who are out of work and looking, there are lots of job opportunities. For wages are moving up at rates that haven't been seen in quite a long time. So it's a good time to be a worker looking to either change jobs or get a wage increase in your current job. So it's a strong economy, and nothing about it suggests that it's close to or vulnerable to a recession. Now, of course, given events around the world,
here we go. This is the part.
Fading fiscal policy effects and higher rates, you could see some slower economic activity. Certainly, it will not be. Last year was an extraordinarily strong growth year as we recovered from the pandemic. As I mentioned, growth over 5%. But most forecasters have growth this year at a,
Okay, so long story short, Powell's doing whatever he needs to do to get the inflation under control, even if it means we're going into recession. They're also starting to reduce the balance sheet. We got some good news there. We thought they were going to reduce the balance sheet from May. They're only starting in June. We thought they were going to start off at 95 billion per month. They're doing it a little bit slower. So they're going in at, starting in June, reducing by 47.5 in June and July and August, and then up to 95 billion starting in September. So again, slightly better news. And now, as you can see, for the next month, we're talking about an 82.9% that they're increasing by another 0.5% or 50 basis points. All in all, the message that came out of yesterday's meeting and the sentiment on Wall Street is Powell is very serious about reducing inflation. To do that, it means that he has to slow down the markets. It means that we're going to see slower stock markets. Because if the stock markets start to run, then Powell will come out and he'll be more aggressive. We cannot reduce inflation if people are making ridiculous money on the stock markets. Now that people aren't making money on the stock markets, people are spending less and prices maybe will come down. And so that's pretty much the message that we got. So the message that's coming out of Wall Street and the message that's coming out of, the sentiment that's coming out of Wall Street is negative. You see the last time there was quantitative tightening, you're starting to see all these charts that are coming up there. David Sachs, Silicon Valley investor, he says most negative Silicon Valley since the dot-com crash. I heard from other investors earlier in Silicon Valley where they said that the deal flow is drying up. Companies aren't even raising anymore because it's so hard to raise money. That's what's happening. That's happening right now. It means that if you're here, you've survived it. You're pretty much, maybe not at the bottom, but you're 80% to the bottom. And whereas the stock markets may look like this, and we may get some bumps along the way and whatever else. And here's what they're saying: after 2000, the NASDAQ had 16 bear market rallies, above 10%, averaging 22.7% on a bear market rally, bottoming 78% down. You're going to see a lot of this negative sentiment on Twitter. The reality is that when this negative sentiment is out there, it's too late. I think we've survived most of the down. And I think that if you start panicking now, you'd be silly because you've survived this whole thing. What you need to do is you need to hold on tight. You need to keep investing. You need to make sure that you're investing in real solid tokens. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, because we've got to make sure that we position ourselves to invest in solid tokens, because it's going to become harder to make money. You're not going to be able to make a lot of money on the stock markets. And if you want to make money, a lot of investors are turning to Bitcoin. And we saw Fidelity tell employees of their pension or their 401k funds, if they manage the 401ks, Fidelity said that they would allow people to invest in Bitcoin. And then this little Labrador...
we are going to fight, and we are going to fight, and we are going to fight.
Okay, and then Karen came out.
We are going to fight, and we are...
So Karen came out and she basically said, look, we are opposing this. We are absolutely, hold on a second, I've got to find this for you. Where is the video I uploaded yesterday about with a comedian that says, what are you doing here? We have to... I don't see it.
Probably got moved.
Okay, move it to... So she's coming out and she's saying, look, I mean, get this. She sends a letter to Fidelity and she says that that Bitcoin may be too risky for retirement savings. And I mean, in this tough environment, instead of trying to help people, she is again trying to drive this agenda of no Bitcoin, which is, it's so bad. The sentiment is so bad. The sentiment right now in the stock markets is so bad. Everyone's bracing themselves for a correction. And when they're looking to make money, Elizabeth Warren comes out and says, well, sorry, it's too risky for your 401k. Truth is, though, we're starting to see that we do have hope. We do have hope. Let's call it that. There is hope. There is hope that this whole thing is going to turn around. It's going to turn around very quickly. Tell you how I know. I've got two indicators that tell me that we could be going into a raging bull market. Two indicators that are going to show you that we could be going into a raging bull market. First indicator is Carl the Moon, because he says there's a Bitcoin breakout and an alt season coming soon. It's like the guy missed the memo. It's like a misnomer. No jokes. So this also tells me we could be getting into a bull market. You know how I know? Because when CNBC start to tell you that Bitcoin's going back to 20,000, that's usually a bottom. Well, listen.
We don't always need to talk about Bitcoin, but you've actually made the case that Bitcoin, in some respects, is either coincident with the stock market in terms of moves or even leading the market. Did the 40,000 level hold, or would you say that you're shaking your head again? So the wrong way. So you think 27,000 is the next objective, or did it hold 40 is what you were looking for? I mean,
Not in my work. It didn't
give or
hold.
take give or take $1,500. So does it matter if it's 38.5 or 40?
Well, it feels a little eerily quiet right now in the Bitcoin market or in cryptocurrencies in general, but the Bitcoin chart is broken by my measures. If you look at sometimes the sideways price action is actually enough to break a support level because they're moving targets. So that 40,000 was actually broken decisively, meaning a couple of good solid weekly closes below that level. And while we've had a neutralization in short-term momentum, it does put next support around 27,200.
So you see,
that's based on Fibonacci retracement level.
Kate is calling for 27,000. So when CNBC start calling for 27,000, you kind of know that it's safe to buy. You kind of know that it's safe to start buying. I have one word for those people. Please upload it and then I'll tell you, I'll show you guys the word. Anyway, so what happens next? We have inflation. Inflation is the next big thing that happens. It happens next week on the 11th. We're getting the inflation numbers. The inflation numbers, in my opinion, are going to come out better than we expect. When I say better than we expect, the inflation numbers are coming off a very high base. Remember, when you measure inflation, you measure it year on year, month on month. The April inflation numbers last year were 4.2%. It's the first time inflation went up to 4.2%. So we are measuring off a high base. And because we're measuring off a high base, we can probably expect that inflation, I think, will be either the same as it was last month or maybe a little bit up. But the market will be confident that the Fed has inflation under control. They're not going to say, oh, because the base is so high, because last year, April was already a high base, the inflation is now lower. They're going to say, oh, look, it's working. The slowdown is working. Everything's under control. Look, we'll take it. We'll take it. We will take whatever we can get to get inflation, then to get the inflation down. I do want to say one thing. When I was watching Powell yesterday, I thought a couple of things. The first thing I thought of was, what a nice guy. Maybe I've got Stockholm syndrome. Maybe it's because, like, you know, when you like become friendly with your hostage taker, basically. So he's taking your hostage, stealing all your money, but I'm becoming friendly with him. But I thought, look, he's a very nice guy, and he's really trying his best under the worst circumstances in the world. And you've got two options here. You can either have inflation or you can have rampant markets. And I know that it feels to us like we're making more money on the markets. And therefore, for us, we're like, okay, let inflation keep running because we're making more money on the markets. But that's not the case. Because if it doesn't get inflation under control, then any money that you make on the markets, you're going to burn in 2 seconds. Because I live in a country where inflation runs wild, where the currency can collapse by 30, 40, 50%. So I live in a country where that happens, in Africa. And I know what that means. You don't want high inflation because no matter what money you have when there is high inflation, it becomes worth nothing. So what you need to do is, I think we need to respect the fact that he's trying to reduce inflation, and a lower inflation is actually good for all of us. So we're in a new kind of market. What you don't want is to be in a country like Turkey. Okay, look at Turkey. They had a 70% inflation. Imagine living in Turkey and your money is devalued by 70%. Okay, that's what can happen. That's what can happen. But people are realizing this. And so they're starting to put more money in Bitcoin. And you can see that the ETF in Canada is now 34,400 Bitcoin, 2,000 Bitcoin away from its all-time high. So people are seeing this and they're putting their money into Bitcoin. That's what's going on. The world is opening up their eyes. That's why I say now you need to be in quality. Now you need to be moving your money into Bitcoin. Inflation's here, it's here to stay. If you live in Turkey, I feel you. My sympathies go out to you. I've lived through this shit before. I know what it's like. I lost half my wealth because of inflation. I lost half my wealth because of currency devaluation. Yeah, I spent 17 years building a business and it was destroyed because of the currency of the country that I worked in got destroyed. People are saying NASDAQ is being smashed. Yeah, it is. It's being smashed. I've still got my long position open. Let's see how bad it is. Let's have a look. We will continue the show in a second. I just have to see how bad I'm getting smashed here. I'm getting smashed. I'm getting smashed. Yeah, you can see.
Like a sick day.
Yeah, you can see. Daily position. I left 2 contracts open. So I'm minus $22,000.
So you can add to it or close and take
Yesterday I was up like $40,000. I'm up $22,000. Anyway, let's move on. Let's entertain the people. Let's do a show. Okay, next thing. Elon Musk. Yeah, I'm gonna should I keep the short open? Yeah, I'll show you what the number is. Yeah, that's the number. Should I keep the short open or not?
But you know the short.
I mean, it's a long. I'm open long here and I'm open at futures.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know in the comments. You guys decide. I'll close it when you say close it. That's a good idea. Let's see how smart the crowd is.
Leave it up to them. They say.
Let's see how smart the crowd is. You tell me when to close my long. You tell me when to close the long. By the dip, maybe I should take another contract. I like you. Profit take up, obviously profit. Can't see the price. No, it doesn't matter the price. Just I'm down 25,000. I've got 2 contracts. 2 contracts is $25 per point each. That's $50 per point. For every point the NASDAQ goes down, I lose $50. For every point the NASDAQ goes up, I make $50. So let's quickly look. I just lost $50. I just made $50. I just made 200, 210. That's how it works. Okay, anyway, let's go. We gotta ramp on you while I still have a voice. Close it, Jose. Should I close it? Nah, but look, yeah, I mean, I'll play open cards with you guys. Come on, I mean, we're family. So look, I made like, I don't know, I think $50,000 yesterday during the Fed meeting. Hold on, let me open this app again for you guys. I made like $50,000 while watching the meeting. You guys saw it. I was trading it. I tried to show it on the screen. Didn't work. Okay, hold on. Okay, it needs to verify my face. Okay, yeah. Can you see the numbers?
You can see it, yeah.
There's $245,000 in that account, and I'm down today $25,000.
23% down.
No, well, it's not percent because the margin that I have is $250,000. You see? That's the black number is how much I have in the account in cash.
Yeah.
And then the red is how much I've lost today. Daily profit and loss. Anyway, let's keep monitoring it. Starting with 25,000 number. $25,000. 245 is our starting point. Let's see if we can trade it together for fun. All right, let's talk about other stuff because we got to get into the meat of the show. Elon, he did exactly what I thought he would do. I don't know if you remember, I said to you guys, I don't think that he's going to take Twitter public on his own. I think he's going to keep in as many of the shareholders as possible. Turns out that that's exactly what he's doing. He has lined up $7.2 billion of investor funds. He filed an SEC amendment, Schedule 13, which basically showed that these people who are either existing shareholders or not are actually going to come with him. So he's not paying the $44 billion on his own because $7 billion is these people. So some interesting names here, which we need to talk about. One is Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison is a big Elon fan. He sits on the Tesla board, or he was on the Tesla board. I think actually at one point he was even chairman. He's coming in for $1 billion. What I'm surprised here is we don't see Jack. Jack's not here. I really wanted to see Jack on this board, but I guess he's out. Fidelity's in, a whole lot of other people are in. Binance is in. CZ is in for $500 million, okay? Which is, it's amazing. CZ's making some really, really, really big moves. He put in $500 million into Twitter. Remember that he also owns Forbes. And remember that I also said to you, when we look at the list of the richest people in the world, so Bezos, I think, owns the Wall Street Journal. He's the richest person in the world. Musk owns Twitter. Zuckerberg owns Facebook. Larry Page and Sergey Brin own Google. Ellison now is one of the owners of Twitter. And Michael Bloomberg owns Bloomberg. It's becoming a little bit scary. I mean, as much as I'm all in for Elon buying Twitter, because I love Twitter, and I think that it's a shit show right now. And I think that this whole cancel culture that they've got and this telling the what's this thing? Moderating the truth is bullshit. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage that you can't have freedom of speech on this public platform. I do have a concern that the richest people in the world now own all the media channels. But then again, maybe they'll come and buy Crypto Banter, or maybe we'll build Crypto Banter and then we'll be the richest people in the world. Possible.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
What are you doing here? And not in a racist way.
Finally. Okay, cool. What else? Let's get into altcoin DJ news, and then I'm going to talk to you about what we actually came here to speak about. Because I know you all came here to speak about this. About this. You all want to speak about this. I didn't say could you change this to will. There's another tile which is will die. These altcoins will die. There's another tile. Upload the real tile, because this is not the real tile.
You want the world done?
They will die, sure. They will die. It's not good. Change it. Okay.
I'll call Fred.
No, it's in the design group.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Okay. All right, some altcoin news. Good altcoin news. So we have Anchor Protocol now at 20 billion total value locked. Yesterday it was 19 billion. They have reduced the rate from 19.5 to 18. Still doing good, no problem. But we have Justin Sun, Tron, launching their USDD, which is the Terra, or the stablecoin, which is like Luna Terra on Tron, and it's opening up with a 30% fixed APR. Crazy, and it has the $10 billion reserve. There we go, much better.
So from could, it's now
will. You got to pay attention, Carl. You got to pay attention. Okay, so the question is, would you be comfortable depositing your money with Justin Sun to get 30%, or would you rather put your money with Anchor and get 18%? That's the question. I think in the beginning, you're probably safe giving Justin Sun some of your money, because in the beginning, you'll get 30%. But I don't know, long term, it just doesn't feel like, I'd rather just earn a little bit less and know where my money is, right? That's kind of like how I feel. That's how I feel. Let me know how you feel. So more important is how you feel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Justin Sun, don't feel like I want to invest a lot of money with him. Lido, now the biggest protocol by TVL. I did say to you guys, the reason why I would invest in Lido is I think it's going to be the biggest bank in the world. My prophecy is being fulfilled. It is now the biggest DeFi protocol in the world. It's got $20 billion staked. $20 billion is staked. $20 billion. Okay, let's just look at my NASDAQ position. It's better. It's better. It's getting better. It's getting better. All right, let's get to why we're here. You all came here to hear my husky voice. That's not why you came here. You came here because you want to talk about this. Because I said that these altcoins will die. So let's talk about what I said. I have been in crypto for 2 very long bear markets. The bear markets feel very much like this. You always feel like it's near the end. You always feel like it's near the end. And eventually they shake you out. Eventually it shakes you out. And you go through a long period where nothing happens, where you die of boredom, where there's negative sentiment, where people lose interest. Problem is that in that period, money dries up and protocols go away. So I want to show you something. I'm going to take you back to 2017. Actually, not 2017, week 1, 2018. It was the peak of the bull run. Bitcoin hit 16,400. And these were the top 10, 20, 30 coins. You had Bitcoin. The number 2 coin was XRP. It was trading at $3.38. This is a true story. I mean, you can go and look at it. Then we had Ethereum. Okay. Then you had Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash had a market cap of $47 billion. It was trading at $2,768, $86. Then you had Cardano. You had NEM, Litecoin, Tron, Stellar, Dash. Who remembers Dash? EOS, Qtum. Okay. Let's look at some other ones. Cycoin. Oh, here's a nice one. Verge. Do you remember Verge XVG? Do you remember XVG, Verge XVG?
I remember.
Do you remember them? So
Data Dash.
I once did an interview with Verge because they signed up to be the payment provider for Pornhub because Visa blocked Pornhub. So I went to Pornhub's offices and it's quite a nice office. I went to Pornhub's office and we did an interview with, they had lots of couches, cameras and shit. It's a very nice office. So, long story short, we had BitConnect. Yo, BitConnect. Okay, so this is what the top 20 coins look like. top 30 coins. I look at the same coins today, and you can see that the market has changed a hell of a lot. You got Ethereum at number 2, you got XRP all the way down to number 7. You got Litecoin, which has moved quite a long way down. It's number 22. And the question that you need to ask yourself is, if we look at this 2 years forward, or let's be more realistic, let's be even further. What if we look at this 5 years forward? Who's going to be here? And of those ones that are going to be here, how many of them are going to be in the top 20? So let's analyze each protocol and then ask yourself realistically, is this protocol going to be here in 5 years? And if it is going to be here, is it still going to be in the top 20? What are the chances? Now, we're definitely going to get this wrong a lot, because I can tell you that if you would have asked me in 2017 and 2018 whether Luna, and I was an investor, would be in the top 10 coins, I would have said to you, absolutely dreaming. There's no way. I haven't been able to, at the time, Luna couldn't break 20 cents. No one was adopting it. Great people, etc. But zero adoption. Not in my wildest dreams did I think that Luna would be in the top 8. And the list goes on. Avalanche, up until last year, no one thought it would be anywhere near a top 10 protocol. But it's here. Nobody heard of Shiba Inu. Okay, so we know that the top 20 coins are really, really, really going to change. And our job as investors is to make sure that we position ourselves responsibly for the change. We don't know how long this bear market's going to last. Maybe it's going to be another month. Maybe it's going to be another 2 months. But what if it's another year? A lot of protocols are going to run out of money. A lot of communities are going to get frustrated and they're going to leave. A lot of VCs are going to stop investing, and therefore they're going to start building ecosystems. So you have to make sure that you position yourself with the best risk-reward ratio. You got to make sure that you are investing in the right coins that are going to be here in 5 years and are going to be in the top 20. You got to look at things like, how much real adoption have they got? Real adoption, not bullshit. How much real adoption have they got? How sound is their token revenue model? How much VC money have they got behind them, and how resilient are those VCs actually going to be? You got to ask yourself all these questions. Will you need a token? Will you really, really, really need a token? Like when you put the hype away and you put the DeFi away and you put the bullshit staking rewards away, will you really need a token? And will people still buy it? Because let me tell you one thing. A bear market is a very sobering experience. It washes away all the hopium and all the hype. And what you're left with is what you're wearing or what you're not wearing. So you got to make sure that you look at this with critical eyes and say, am I invested in the coins that have the maximum chances of actually succeeding? And if your answer is yes, then you got it right. So what I thought we'd do together is look at the top 20 coins now and decide whether they're going to be here and if they're going to be in the top 20. Let's do it. So Bitcoin is going to be here. It's definitely going to be in the top 20, right? Anyone think I'm wrong? Let me know. Ethereum, 90% chance Ethereum will still be here in 5 years. It's got the most network effects. It's got the most dApps. People are attached to it. It runs EVM. The fact that it runs EVM means that it's got a very, very, very high chance of success, because even the other most successful blockchains are all EVM compatible, which means they're using the Ethereum virtual machine software. So Ethereum will be here. Ethereum will be here for a while. So let's look at this. Tether and USDC. 5 years from now.
Yeah, one of them's got to be there.
I think one will be there. And yeah, I think one will be there. I think one will be there. But you can't invest now, so you give a shit. Okay, next one that we should talk about, Binance, BNB. Is BNB going to be here in 5 years? What do you think? Let me tell you what I think. I think that CZ is an amazing guy. I think that Binance is an amazing exchange. I think that they are going to be one of the biggest financial institutions in the world. I think CZ is going to be one of the richest people in the world. He is already, I think he's going to be almost as rich as Bezos and Elon if he doesn't make any mistakes. But the value of the BNB token is not all about the exchange. A lot of it is around the BSC chain. And the truth is that I don't like the BSC chain as a chain. I don't think that long-term people are going to build on the BSC chain. I think the BSC chain was a great chain while Ethereum had scaling problems. And it was a fork of Ethereum, which was much quicker. But I think today we've got better blockchains with better technologies and stronger VCs. So I don't think that BNB is going to be such a great option. I think the token will definitely be here, but I don't think it's going to be in the top 20. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I agree with your thesis. I agree.
All right, let's go next. Solana. Solana's going to be here. Why? Because it's got a lot of VCs, it's got a lot of protocols building on it, it's got a lot of money behind it, it's got a lot of users. In fact, we saw the other day that it's got the highest active users and the highest number of transactions of all the blockchains. So I think Solana is definitely going to be in 5 years, and I think it's definitely going to be in the top 20, right? I think so. Next one. Wow. Next one's XRP.
That thing's managed to stick around for years. It could just hang on.
Okay,
I don't
so
know where this army comes from, but
the army's going to be any second. Let's look at where XRP was in 2019, whenever 2018, 38 billion. Sorry, $130 billion market cap. Okay, $3.38. I like the company Ripple. I think the company Ripple have the great big intentions, and they are building amazing things. I think the company Ripple is also has done some things that I don't agree with. They sell tokens to retail investors to fund the operations of the company, and the retail investors don't get any of the benefit of the operations of the company. I think that the XRP token is a piece of shit. I don't think you need it, and therefore I think that the token will be there, but I don't think it's going to be in the top 20. Yeah, that's what I think.
but BitBoy says,
No, but BitBoy won't let XRP die.
you see.
I don't think Bitcoin will be here in 5 years. All right, next one. Come on, guys, let's move on here. Luna. Love Luna, my biggest bag. I think it'll be here. I think it's very risky, but I think they actually make it the stablecoin thing right. And if they do, then they could become the decentralized currency of Web3. And if they do, then that's amazing. So I think that Luna has a good chance of being here and being in the top 20. It's also getting real network effect. We saw the network effect because we all thought that people were in Luna for Anchor Protocol's amazing returns. And when Anchor Protocol reduced their returns, what did we get? We got more money being put into Anchor Protocol. Come on. You got to see what's going on here. More money. Look at this. You look at DeFi Llama, and you can see that Terra is now in number 2 with the total value locked. Binance is number 3, and Avalanche is catching up to Binance. So Luna has a chance. It is risky, but Luna has a chance of being here in the next 5 years. Let's carry on. Let's see what else. Let's see. All right, Cardano. Does it have to go XRP, then like one break, and then Cardano? What do you think? Is Cardano going to be here in 5 years? I'll tell you what I think. So I think Cardano is amazing technology. I like Charles a lot. I think he's one of the smartest people I've ever met. I think that, I like them a lot. Problem for me, Cardano has 2 problems. Their time to launch is taking too long. And as a result, they're not getting any of the amazing adoption that all the other blockchains are getting. Also, I think too much around Cardano is centered around IOHK and Charles. I think too much of the VC funding is centered around IOHK and Charles. And I prefer blockchains where there are multiple investors with multiple funds that are looking to deploy a lot of money into an ecosystem. I do hold a Cardano bag. I've got to be honest, but it's not one of my biggest bags. And I would like to see much more VC interest. I'd like to see the protocol launch properly because we don't even have a working DEX on Cardano. And then we can have another discussion. Until then, I think Cardano is here to stay because I think Charles himself can fund it for the next 5 years. But I don't think it's going to be a top 20 coin. That's what I think. I'm being brutally honest here. I know you guys are going to cut this up and meme it with my bad voice, but I'm being brutally honest. I'm not making friends, I know. Okay, Dogecoin. Will Dogecoin be in 5 years?
I think if Elon has any public face in crypto, yes.
Dogecoin's a piece of shit. From a technological point of view, it's a piece of shit.
But isn't he working on the code?
Well, it has the most vibrant community in the whole world. It has the richest man in the world who likes it. Is that enough to keep a protocol and an ecosystem alive? Possibly it can. Do I think that Dogecoin is going to be the winner in the meme coin category? Nope. I think there'll be something better. I think it'll be something like ApeCoin. I don't know if it will be ApeCoin itself, but I think that when we move to metaverse, people are going to adopt a new kind of currency. I don't know if that currency is going to be Dogecoin. So for me, I wouldn't take a bet that Dogecoin is in the top 20 in the next 5 years. Sorry. Not making friends here today. I didn't come here to make friends. Avalanche. The bees are certainly in Avalanche right now. Avalanche is an amazing piece of technology, one of the most incredible pieces of technology, backed by amazing, amazing, amazing VCs. I have some problems with their tokenomics, but I think they're on the right track. Are they going to be here in 5 years? Abso-fucking-lutely. Are they going to be top 20? It's close. I'm going to say no.
I was to say.
Okay, let me know what you say. But I do like the technology. I am an Avalanche bag holder. All right, the next token we're going to talk about is Rand's Voice. Will Rand's Voice be here in 5 years?
Rand's Voice won't be here by tomorrow.
Rand's Voice is not going to be here by tomorrow. All right, Polkadot. Gavin Wood, amazing ecosystem. It's starting to take off, but not taking off as fast as we thought. It may just be a slow to ramp. Will Polkadot be here in the next 5 years? Yes. Yes. Will it be in the top 20? No, maybe. I don't know. All right, next one. Shiba Inu. No. Okay, the answer is no. Shiba Inu doesn't solve any technological problem. What is it even doing at number 15 now? I don't know. Go on, bye. Wrap Bitcoin, we don't have to talk about. That's Bitcoin. Matic. I don't think Matic is in the top 20. Definitely not. It definitely will be here because the guys are smart and the guys are rich and there's lots of money behind them. And they're very, very, very smart guys. But I don't think in 5 years we're going to need a sidechain on Ethereum doing it. And it's not really a sidechain because now they call themselves Polygon and they connect a whole lot of other chains. So I don't think it's going to be in 5. I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be top 20. Let's talk about DAI. Boring. Make it up. Tron. Tron's not going to be here in 5 years.
How is that even in the top 20?
Surprised that it's here. So it's not going to be here in 5 years. Neo Protocol. Yes. There's a lot of money behind Neo Protocol. It's an amazing piece of technology. Amazing, amazing, amazing piece of technology. With the right money behind it, it's starting to get network effects right now. I think it will be here in 5 years. And I think it may be part of the top 20. Next one. Kronos. Seriously? Cryptos, is this the crypto.com blockchain? Seriously?
Crypto.com.
It's not going to be, it might be here in 5 years. No, it's not going to be here in 5 years. It's not going to be top 20. Litecoin.
James, don't upset James.
Okay, guys, I've got some news for you. I've got some news for you. Litecoin's not going to be here in 5 years. No. Litecoin's not going to be here in 5 years and it's not going to be top 20. Why? There's no need for Litecoin. I know they call it silver to Bitcoin's gold. I know people who love Litecoin are going to tell me it's the only blockchain that's been reliable 100% of the time. I know you're going to say that. But
Litecoin, the longest track record. It's cheap. It's reliable. It's low risk.
No one is using it. There's zero adoption. Where's the adoption? Where is the Litecoin adoption, bro?
Who is that guy that came on the show with his he said?
Johnny.
It's right. It's reliable and it works. It's been around for ages. It doesn't fail any transactions.
Litecoin's not going to be in 5 years. All right, let's do one or two more because we are running out of time, and I'm enjoying this. Let me know if you're enjoying this. Bitcoin Cash. No, wait, Cosmos. Cosmos will be here in 5 years, but it won't be top 20. The reason why it won't be top 20 is because their tokenomics are bad. Their use case for the token is bad. A lot of people use the Cosmos SDK and Tendermint technology, but that doesn't mean they have to use a token. So like Luna, Binance, Smart Chain is all built on this technology, but they don't use the Cosmos token, the Atom token. So I think that the chain and the technology will definitely be here. Won't be top 20, unfortunately. Guys asking me what will top 20 be. I don't even know what top 20 is going to be next week. All right, let's do one or two more quickly. Okay, Chainlink will be here. Uniswap will definitely be here because it is starting to get network effects. It is the biggest DEX. It's the biggest DEX on Ethereum. It's now also the biggest DEX on Matic, Polygon. It is the best technology, DEX technology out there. It will definitely be here. Did we do Bitcoin Cash?
You mentioned it, but then you didn't say anything.
Bitcoin Cash is resilient. It'll be here, but it won't be top 20. Not a chance. Not a chance. All right, let's do two more. FTX and Uno said Leo, which is the token of the FTX Exchange. I think that FTX token will be here, but it won't be top 20 because exchange tokens are not going to be top 20 tokens. I think blockchains and layer ones will definitely be definitely be here. But I think layer ones are going to be the top 10 tokens, not exchange tokens. Everyone's asking about Phantom.
They're desperate for Phantom. There are too many Phantoms.
Look, Phantom's one of my biggest bags. Technology is amazing. It's not yet getting the network effects that I want. Not yet. It needs a catalyst. We need a big catalyst to get Phantom up to the thing. You also never hear of Phantom with these big VCs. You never hear like Andreessen supporting Phantom. You never hear like Avalanche, like all the Sequoias supporting Phantom. And unless you get that, it's very hard to build a community. So it's going to be here, but it's not going to be top 20. That's for sure. All right, that's all we have time for today. Now, you want to win?
You got the videos of theirs.
Oh, too late. I was going to show you. Let me show you something cool. Yeah, I'll show you something very cool. Look at this. And lots of people complicate blockchain technology, but I'm going to make it really simple for you guys. And I'm going to do this by taking you back to the centralized world, the world of banking. Let's say that I want to send Sheldon $100. Well, what do? I go to my online banking and I ask the bank to send Sheldon $100. And Sheldon gets $100. The bank stores a record of the transaction between me and Sheldon on their centralized computer. And ultimately, that's all the bank does. If you dissect a money transaction into its simplest form, I tell the bank to send Sheldon $100, they debit my account, and they credit Sheldon's account. All the bank is doing, effectively, is keeping a record of the transaction, keeping a ledger of the transaction on a centralized computer. That's what banks are. Banks are just a centralized ledger system between people. What if we replaced the bank and their big centralized computer with 10 laptops? And all those 10 computers did was keep a ledger or record of transactions between us. I would send you $100, and all the laptops would keep a record of that transaction. Then you would send $100 to Sheldon, and all the laptops would keep a record of that transaction. Would we still need the bank? We wouldn't, because we've replaced the bank with our own laptops. We are the network that has replaced the bank. That is blockchain technology. And that's why some people refer to blockchain technology as decentralized ledger technology. That's pretty cool. Our school is launching on the 16th of May. Super excited about it. So we'll let you guys know. If you know anyone who's brand new into crypto, we'll do that. And then Sheldino is going to launch his Sheldon the Sniper school. All right, guys, if you want the Ridotto giveaways, go to our website, comment on our website. Any of the stories, any of the videos, comment on our website. Go to bbs.market/banter. Sign up for our BBS, and you can win the slot machine in the Ridotto Casino. I'll see you guys again on Monday. I'm not here tomorrow. I'm taking a day off to get my voice right. I'm going to spend some time with the family. I'm seeing you guys again on Monday. Until then, trade well, my family. Look at the short position. Look at it. We're down 23,000. It's not looking good. Damn. Oh, well, I'm going to hold it. I'm holding it. Now I'm stubborn. I'm going to get rid.
Hold it to 0 or hero, whichever one.
0 hero, my friend. 0 hero.